News 46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leaks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 46 is also brought to you by Humana, serving the community. Please stop in at 1397 South Loop Road on the corner of Loop and Highway 160.
Tonight on News 46, a rollover accident occurs after a short police pursuit, and the community Christmas tree lights up in the center of town. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
One person sustained serious injury after leading police on a chase. It's Monday, November 26th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Police witnessed a pickup they were pursuing roll the vehicle into the home of a residence on Leslie Street. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were led on a short chase that resulted in a single vehicle rollover on Mesquite Avenue and Leslie Street. The incident occurred on Friday afternoon. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Lewis tells News 46 that flight was unavailable at the time of the crash, so the driver and only occupant of the green pickup truck was transported to Desert View Hospital with injuries sustained as a result of this accident. And a female who said she was just stopping by her boyfriend's house to get her belongings was arrested for home invasion. Michelle Duran has been arrested for home invasion and domestic battery at a home on Tanya Drive. According to the declaration of arrest, police say that they were dispatched in reference to a home invasion that had just occurred. Upon arrival, they met with a female who was allegedly getting into a pickup truck identified as Michelle Duran, who claimed that she was punched by another female on the property. Duran allegedly told police that she came over to pick up some of her belongings and that she was invited over to the property. Witnesses reportedly told police that Duran unscrewed the nut to the chain which locked the front gate and broke into the residence by punching her way through the glass of the inner door and had a physical fight with a male and female on the property. They also say that Duran grabbed a hammer and threatened to damage more of the property. Police say that they witnessed a door that was shattered and broken glass lying inside. Also, a hammer with blood on the handle lying on the floor. Michelle Duran allegedly denied all of these allegations, and she was transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. The brother of two murder suspects who was incarcerated on unrelated charges was rearrested while in jail. Michael Liebig has been arrested for damage to jails and prison at the location of 1521 East Seary Lane here in Pahrump. According to the declaration of arrest, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies say that they charged Michael Liebig, who was an inmate at the detention center, for cracking the glass on a window to the APOD cell. During a head count, Liebig allegedly told police that it was an accident and that him and his cellmate were both tapping on the glass and that he noticed that his metal ring had caused a crack in the glass. News 46 will return after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Journey to Recovery. Take the first step. Call 775-382-1072.
Welcome back. Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, retailers are close at hand. According to Forbes, 1/3 of all retail sales are coming from smartphones. It's expected Americans will spend $93.5 billion just by pushing buttons on mobile phones. It's projected that number will nearly double in the next 4 years. It's so popular, Costco and Nordstrom are among the retailers adding buy now buttons that skip the cart and speed up the buying process. Amazon's decision to build a second set of headquarters is shaking up the real estate market in New York. One publication reports that people are showing interest or snapping up properties in proposed cities where Amazon was likely to land ahead of the decision and then not long after. It will likely be a big-ticket item, but NASA is said to be working on a proposal to sell seats to tourists to take them into space. There would be a crew, of course. Tech companies are already competing in the race to space for consumers.
Thanks, Angela. Well, Carl and Kayla Mitchell and Big Cat Encounters were in front of the Board of County Commissioners once again to defend their conditional use permit for their 10 tigers on the north side of town. This item had to be rescheduled.
The BOCC report is sponsored by Jim Marsh Automotive of Las Vegas, Kia, Chrysler, Jeep, and Body Shop.
On item 7, you didn't pull it, right? We're going to continue? There's a letter to continue?
The recommendation is to continue this per the attorney's request to 19, February 19th.
To February, well, that's several months out, right?
Yes. That's when she'll be back from maternity.
Well, the argument for all of this was that he wouldn't have legal representation. I think it's a whole lot easier to get, I mean, you can go out and get legal representation within a couple of weeks, a month to bring him up to speed. Putting this off, I have no, either way, doesn't matter to me. I'll make a motion to postpone or to continue it.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to continue until February 19th, 2019. Further discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Which, did you say aye or nay?
Nay.
So it's 3-1.
Well, you may have seen it already. The community Christmas tree has been decorated, and a tree lighting ceremony was held Saturday night in the parking lot of the Pahrump Nugget.
Well, it's our community Christmas tree, and we had a really good lighting tonight.
Tell me why it was a really good lighting.
The weather.
And the turnout.
And the turnout.
Turnout was pretty good, huh?
Yeah, we're not freezing. Tonight's a very nice...
Comfortable enough for Santa to come out here on his engine?
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
And Mrs. Claus.
Always. It's tradition. Thank you to the Nugget, as well as the Pahrump Valley Choir that was here this evening, and the high school choir.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It added a lot to it.
Tell me about the decorating this morning.
You know, we had a good turnout for that, too.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. They were singing carols this morning. It was fun.
Lots of fun. Who helps decorate this tree? Tell me all involved.
Okay, the Nugget crew and Valley Electric put the tree together. Valley Electric brings the bucket truck and they decorate the top of the tree. Now, if you notice, we have kind of a bare spot in here. That sort of divides the kids from Valley Electric. The kids are just not tall enough. But they have a great time.
You can come by and put an ornament on the tree. You can take pictures. This is definitely a community effort, and what a beautiful event here tonight.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year! Ho, 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 ho!
Much more news right after this break.
News 46 is brought to you by William H. Jackson Injury Attorneys. Injured? Get Bill and Robin, your local injury attorneys.
And Dr. Tom Waters tells veterans how they can apply to be on the next honor flight.
The honor flight is a chance for veterans to travel to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments and memorials that they've set up for us.
And so this requires an application?
It definitely requires an application. If the veteran is interested, now I want to back up and say that the World War II veterans, most of the World War II veterans have already traveled to Washington and have seen the World War II memorial. And so then they started looking at Korean War veterans. And now they're running it to the end of the Korean War veterans, and now they're looking at Vietnam War veterans. And so they're setting it up and they're taking applications now from Vietnam War veterans. if you're a World War II veteran, you can apply and you'll probably get priority seating because they want to do all the World War II veterans. If you're a Korean War veteran, I would also say, I believe they told me the next flight is going to be all Korean War veterans.
Wow.
So if you're a Korean War veteran, I would say go ahead and apply. And if the plane is not already full, you're almost guaranteed a seat over the Vietnam veterans.
And so the Vietnam veterans are also applying now. When is the honor flight?
Probably the next flight is going to be in May, according to the people that I talked to at Honor Flight. And that's going to be primarily Korean War veterans.
And so this is free to the veteran, right?
It is free to the veteran, no cost at all, and they fly you to Washington, D.C., and they set up the tour so you can see your particular memorial. It's about a week, all total, and they do everything for you. They set up the flight, they set up the tours, everything for the veteran is free.
And there's also volunteer applications and then guardian applications.
Yes, the guardian applications are people that have to travel with the veteran, and there are applications for that, and it cannot be a family member or a spouse.
So a family member or a spouse, if they wanted to go on this trip, they would have to pay?
They would not be able to go on these flights. This is the honor flight for veterans. If it was a family member that wanted to go, they'd have to fly on a different airplane. They'd have to make their own reservations and everything else.
And so if you are a volunteer or want to be a volunteer or a guardian, how do you apply for this?
You can go online, and online are applications for the veteran, applications for the sponsors or the guardian, and also for the volunteers.
And guardians need to pay, right?
Guardians need to pay. This is for Southern Nevada. Because honor flights are all over the country. But for Southern Nevada, if you go to honorflightsouthernnevada.org online, then you can see all the applications, and you can even look at the applications. And depending on what category you want to be in, whether it's the veteran application, the guardian application, or the volunteer applications.
Is there a deadline?
I wouldn't say there's a deadline, but first come, first serve. Yeah. Unless the different wars, like I said, Korean War veterans are going to be placed ahead of Vietnam. World War II are going to be placed ahead of everybody.
Thanks so much, Tom. And he's very popular today because Dr. Tom Waters presented an Act of Kindness Award to Pam Welch at Nye Communities Coalition.
Hi, I'm here with Pam Welch, and everybody in town knows Pam, and everybody knows all the things that she does for the community, and Pam is just known for helping our community. So Pam, what I'd like to say is you've been recognized by so many people for all that you do, and we're so thankful for all that you do. So what we'd like to do is present to you the Butch Harper Act of Kindness Award. And it says, in memory of Andre Butch Harper, Act of Kindness Award presented to Pam Welch for your dedication and commitment. From the citizens of Pahrump, Nevada, no act of kindness is ever wasted. And for you, we just wanted to say, look, this is just something you've deserved for a long time. It just took us this long to get to your name, that's all.
Thank you.
So I'd like to present this to you, and I know you'd like to say something to the residents of Pahrump.
I'm speechless right now. What I do for this town is out of my heart, and
Yes.
just to pay it forward to everybody. You know, I think it all comes around eventually. And I'm speechless. Thank you so much.
And this is Pam, and this is what she does for our entire community. And again, we just want to say thank you, Pam, for everything.
Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome.
News 46 WeatherCam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, the weather's still pretty good out there. We're going to take a look outside on that Glenn Lerner weather cam. Michael Donahue will tell us what's in store for our week right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 46. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. I'm Michael Donahue with today's highs. In Pahrump and Beatty, 62 degrees. Amargosa, 64. 72 in Death Valley. 51 in Tonopah. 51 and 50 in Fallon and Fernley. For tonight, 36 degrees in Pahrump, 36 in Amargosa as well. 45 in Death Valley. 34 in Beatty. 27 in Goldfield. 25 Tonopah, and 30 and 31 in Fallon and Fernley. For tonight, in Pahrump, cloudy skies, a low of 36, an average of 34. Sunset at 4:30 p.m. Winds out of the east-southeast at 5 miles per hour, gusts up to 7, and 26% humidity. For tomorrow, partly cloudy skies once again, a high of 67, a low of 43. Sunrise at 6:32 a.m. Winds out of the south at 7 miles per hour, gusts up to 9, and 44% humidity. For our 7-day, we're going to have cloudy skies all through next Monday and a 60% chance of rain on Thursday. For our temperatures, on Tuesday, a high of 62, a low of 36. Wednesday, 65, 47. Thursday, 56, 37. Friday, 58, 37. Saturday, 55, 38. Sunday, 51, 43. And on Monday, 51, 30. So back to the desk with Deanna.
Well, it should be interesting to see how that rain pans out, and we'll keep an eye on that, of course. If you are listening on Ace Country Radio and you want to get KPVM TV, all you need to do is pick up a digital antenna if you have satellite and hook that up to your off-air antenna, rescan your TV, and you should be able to pick up channel 25 through 25.7, and that is our station now. We are on channel 25. So if you need more information on that, give me a call, 775-727-9400, extension 201. You can also watch us on YouTube and Facebook, and we have our new simulcast, of course, on 103.1 FM here in Pahrump. That's Ace Country Radio. Different channels up the state of Nevada, which we are 400 miles up the state, by the way, from Sandy Valley here locally in southern Nevada all the way up to Reno, Carson City. So if you want to keep tuned on what's going on with Ace Country Radio, you can just find us right there on 103.1. We have all of our channels on that station. And that'll do it for tonight's news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.